Hi everyone, it's Shannon and welcome to my channel, The Daily DIYer. I do want to thank Cricut for sponsoring today's video. This video is chock full of tons of ideas that I want to share with you that are only going to cost $1 and they are beginner-friendly Cricut projects. I want to take the fear and the complications out of creating your own vinyl decals. If you head into your Cricut design space and you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll see here there are projects for beginners. So Cricut has laid this out for you so simple. You can see there's t-shirts, onesies, pillows, some cards, and even this mustache mug. And that's where we're gonna start today. You basically wanna click on one of these projects and click Make It. It's going to bring it up in your canvas. The great thing about this, it's already scaled down to size for you. So all you have to do is come over here and click Make It. That's gonna take you over to where your cut settings are. So ours are already set up for vinyl. So you can see on the machine, there's different labels on our dial. So we made sure that it is set to vinyl since that's what we're gonna be cutting out and working on today. I am gonna be featuring the Cricut Explore Air 2 in this video. And you can see I have it nice and decorated up, even with Dollar Tree stickers. These were all from Dollar Tree too, even my rainbow in the back. So many different creative things you can do for cheap and on a budget. So I have popped open my machine, turned the power on, and we're gonna be working with permanent and removable vinyl today. Whatever kind works for you, it just depends on what colors. My favorite colors are red, white, and black, and those are the ones I'm gonna be featuring in this video today. There's also different mats that you can use with your Cricut. I typically go for the standard grip green mat when it comes to vinyl. Has a protective coating on it. You can just rip that right off there, but save it because you want to put it back on when you're not using your mat. And you just lay your vinyl right on top with your color facing up. We're going to load this into our machine. You can see there's little guides on there for us so this doesn't slip around. You will click this blinky light, arrow light. It will load your mat in your machine. And then when our Cricut button starts lighting up, you can click that, it will start cutting. And you'll also see here on our computer screen, or you can use a tablet, I believe even your phone, when it comes to Cricut and designing, and it will actually count down. When it hits 100%, your vinyl is done cutting. But you'll see here, this is in real time. It literally takes hardly any time to cut a small decal out like this. See, that's all it was, and our mustache is cut out. You'll unload your mat. And here's a little tip. When you are unloading your vinyl or removing your vinyl off of your mat, you want to do it kind of upside down. So you will actually peel the mat away from your vinyl and kind of hold your vinyl down on your table. That way you don't get a curly kind of vinyl, because we want to save all of these scraps that we're cutting off now for later, because we can use those on our mat and cut them later. So always save your vinyl scraps, and you're gonna weed out all of those parts that you don't want. So all we're left with is that black mustache. You're also going to need a top transfer sheet. Cricut also carries this, which is really nice because it has some lines on there to help keep things level and even, and you'll peel that away from the paper backing that your vinyl was on. And that's all there is to creating a decal. This is a pretty simple and basic one, and then now it's time to actually apply that decal. So we're using a ceramic mug for this project. I like to kind of set it down where I want it and then use my thumb to press it down and then come back in with my squeegee to get out any kind of air bubbles or wrinkles before then removing my transfer sheet. So I know that was kind of a mouthful, but I wanted to give you all the details so you could recreate these yourself too. But as you make these, even after you make 2 or 3, you're gonna be able to whip through these. It's really a simple process, and mugs are a great starting point because if you don't like it, you can always rip that vinyl off and start over. Here's some more ideas of mugs that I've made in the past that hopefully will inspire you, but you can also add them to other ceramic items like bowls, plates, and even pitchers. So sky is the limit when it comes to creating things with these vinyl decals. This is another great way that I love to use decals. It is actually for organization. So if you love to organize, or if you at least try like I do, this is not only a practical way to use them, but also a really cute and pretty way to use them too. So I've just cut out 1, 2, 3 in white vinyl this time, and I'm cutting these apart because we're gonna be adding these to chalkboard tags. These are from Dollar Tree. They come in a pack of 4, so you're only paying 25 cents a piece for these labels. Such a great bargain. And I'm gonna add a decal onto the front of each one of these, but kind of use this as inspiration because you can always put words on the front of these or names on the front of these if you need each person to have their own bin or something. That way everybody's things kind of stay neatly organized. I'm just doing 1, 2, and 3 for these purposes today. I added them to baskets in my son's room on his new built-in shelf. So now rolling along with that chalkboard idea, this is a chalkboard from Dollar Tree, and I'm just adding a decal to the front of this that says menu. Again, with the white vinyl, it just stands out much better against the black background. Just used a pretty font and script for this in my Cricut. I want to say it was Sky, Magnolia Sky is the font if you're interested in that. It's one of the prettiest fonts, I love it. And I'm just using some chalk to create a menu board that is super cute for the kitchen. So along these same lines, you can also use decals to create your own wood signs or upcycle old wood signs like I've done here. You can always pause. I'm gonna go through these ideas pretty quickly, so always pause if you wanna see these ideas. That way you can use them for yourself down the road and just kind of get some inspiration. Next up are mason jars. I'm obsessed with mason jars. I have a whole video on mason jar hacks. You can do so many things with mason jars, and I love adding decals to them. This one, we're gonna be adding a hot cocoa decal in red vinyl to the front of this. This would be so cute for a hot cocoa bar, or if you wanna give a gift, you can fill some hot cocoa in there or make a hot cocoa kind of gift set in these mason jars. I also tied some red and white twine to the top of it just to really dress it up. I also want to show you a couple more mason jar ideas of things I've made in the past, and I'll make sure to link that hacks video down in the description box below. And since we're on the conversation of talking about Christmas here a little bit, here's some Christmas inspiration for you. Make sure to pause if you want to look at those longer. But we're gonna move on to candles. So this candle is the biggest candle I've ever seen Dollar Tree carry, so I grabbed several of those. They smell really good too. And we're gonna put a black decal on this. I'm making sure to apply it to the wax area so you can really see it. Otherwise, it kind of gets lost with the clear glass, but great way to dress up an inexpensive candle. And I've actually given these as gifts before, so I'm going to share you a few more ideas of those. And then here's a couple more ideas of things I've made when I applied decals onto the front of glass, like this frame and also this candy dish, both from Dollar Tree. And also you can apply decals to plastic. So this is a Dollar Tree stand-up frame. It has a cute clip on the front. So I decided to add a little personalization to the bottom and put grateful in some black vinyl on the bottom. That way I left room for a photo to go up underneath that clip. So I hope you're seeing how quick and easy this is and how you can take something very ordinary and really give it more of a high-end look in such a quick and easy way of adding vinyl to them. This little organizer box is another Dollar Tree item. I took the lid off because I'm not going to be using that, but we're going to utilize this in the kitchen. So I have a Farm Fresh Eggs decal that I'm adding to the front and just adding some salt and pepper shakers to the inside as well as some toothpicks, but you could get really creative with this and put other items in here as well. And then another idea for adding vinyl to plastic is even one of the spoon rests from Dollar Tree. You can also add vinyl decals to metal, like these galvanized buckets that are from Dollar Tree. I love these buckets. They come in so handy for different things and you can really dress them up. As simple as just adding a decal to the front of these two and adding a plant or organizing with it. Such a fun idea. Here's a couple more ideas of how you can add vinyl to metal. I also wanted to show you it is possible to add decals to items that you've spray painted. So this was a yellow vase from Dollar Tree that I spray painted white. You just want to make sure that your paint is good and cured before you do go ahead and apply your decal. But it's so quick to turn something ordinary into seasonal decor like this too. Along those same lines, it's also possible to add decals to things that you just paint. So I love using chalk paint. It's one of the greatest things to apply decals to because it sticks to it really well. So this Dollar Tree little house, I gave a few coats of chalk paint to, and then I also wanted to show you the teeny tiny decal I was able to cut with my Cricut machine, so you can even cut small little decals with them too. And then here are some more painted projects that I've added decals to in the past as well. And you can see it's just so simple and it really gives everything a more dressed up and professional look. I would love to hear what projects you love adding vinyl decals to. You can leave those down in the comments below for me. Please subscribe if you are new. I'll have even more inspirational videos popping up on your screen that you can check out next. And I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. I will see you in the next one. Happy crafting!